Good afternoon. I'm Shawn Yao, and this is One News Now. President Duterte is unfazed by reports that he is losing support of the military because of his silence on China's continued aggression in the West Philippine Sea. To discuss this further, Maricel Halili joins us live from Mandaluyong. Hi, Mase. What were the reasons that were cited by Malacanang?
Well, Sean, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque believes that the military still has or still gives their full support to President Duterte, because in the first place, if they feel that President Duterte is inutile in handling his position as the president of this country, they would have rejected the leadership of the president a long time ago. And since there's only about a year or so left to the term of the president, he believes that he still has the confidence of the AFP.
All right, and do we finally expect the president to break his silence on the issue around the West Philippine Sea? Are the positions given forth by the DFA and the Defense Department enough?
Well, if we base it on the statement of presidential spokesperson Harry Roque in his press briefing earlier, it seems that President Duterte doesn't have any plans of issuing a statement about the West Philippine Sea anytime soon. Secretary Roque mentioned that Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, as well as Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin, have already issued statement about the issue on the West Philippine Sea, and he feels that this is enough to give emphasis on the position of the country, that we will still follow the arbitral ruling, and we still hope that the provisions of the UNCLOS will also be imposed, and that we will still continue to the talks with the Chinese government. And he also said that President Duterte has already said his piece before the United Nations, and Secretary Roque feels that this is enough.
All right, well, I think we should be hearing more about that in just a bit. Now, moving on to another issue, we have community pantries sprouting up in the past few days all over the country. This is, of course, started in Maguinhawa Street in Teachers Village. Did the palace have any reaction to this, or the criticisms that they have received because of these community pantries that have sprouted?
Secretary Roque said that this is a welcome move from different groups. He doesn't feel that this is a way of criticizing how insufficient and how insufficient the administration is. They feel that the current administration or the government is still doing its best to provide assistance to those who are affected by the implementation of the community quarantine, and it simply shows that the effort on the community pantry is also a sign of bayanihan on the part of common Filipinos, of ordinary Filipinos, so they don't feel insulted in any way.
All right, that's good to hear. Now, on the education front, what were the updates that have been given by DepEd Secretary Liling Briones this afternoon? Have teachers been vaccinated? How's that going on? Or is there a plan? Have the learning materials for the following school year already been taken care of?
Yes, Sean. DepEd Secretary Liling Briones is really happy to learn that the teachers are now included to the A4 priority list, because as we all know, last week the interagency task force has already amended the list of the A4, of those who will be included on the A4 priority list. Based on the final list issued by Malacanang last week, teachers are already included on A4, as well as media practitioners. They expect, or their target is to start the inoculation for those included on the A4 list by third quarter of this year.
Okay, so A4 still by the third quarter. We're still, of course, in the middle of the second quarter, not even in the middle of the second quarter. Now, about the calls of lawmakers, Maset, to revoke EO 128, did the palace spokesman have anything to say about that? This is, of course, the EO which lowers tariffs on imported pork.
Well, Malacanang recognizes that it's the mandate of Congress, of the lawmakers, to decide whether there's a need to retain the tariff for imported pork products, although President Duterte has already issued an executive order which lowers the tariff for imported porks to solve the issue on the shortage of pork supply due to African swine fever. Secretary Roque said that should the lawmakers decide that it will be difficult for local hog industry to recover if the government imposes lower tariffs on imported products, then it's a welcome development for Malacanang. They also recognize that it's part of the power or the authority of the lawmakers to decide that, and so the president will respect it.
All right, and I guess it is another Monday, Maset. Will the president be addressing the nation tonight? And if so, what should we expect?
Yes, as usual, Sean, President Duterte will be having his public address after a meeting with some members of the Interagency Task Force this evening. We have no idea what to expect on his public address tonight because if you recall, last week, Secretary Roque said that during the last talk to the people of President Duterte, we should expect the president to discuss what was discussed during his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, but it did not happen. So let's just wait and see what the president will discuss this evening. I assume he will also read once again the names of those government officials and personnel involved in corruption, like what he usually does.
All right, that's certainly a way to fill in the time. Thank you for all your updates. Maricel Halili joining us live from Mandaluyong City. In other news, one group is urging the government to include persons deprived of liberty or PDLs in the COVID-19 vaccine priority list. Jen Calibon joins us live from Malabon for more details. Hi, Jen. What was the response of the authorities to this proposal? Moving on now to, oh, there's Jen. Hi, Jen. Were you able to catch my question?
Hi, Sean.
Hi, yes. So what were the
Yes,
authorities'
Sean,
reaction? Yeah.
Yes, Sean, citing the dangerous conditions inside jails, a support group for the families of political prisoners is calling for the inclusion of PDLs in the vaccine priority list. Kapatid spokesperson Fides Lim said PDLs have a high risk of getting infected since the Philippines has among the most congested prisons in the world. In a letter, Yusek Mirna Kabotahe of the Health Department insisted that PDLs qualify under Priority B of the vaccine list. The group also appealed for authorities to give humanitarian considerations to sick and elderly PDLs. By the end of 2020, 780 cases have been reported inside the New Bilibid prison. Currently, it has 19 cases, 2 of which are personnel, while the rest are PDLs. Almost 30 PDLs have died last year, all of them with comorbidities. Corrections Bureau spokesperson Gabriel Chaklag said, it's possible that PDLs contracted the virus due to prison congestion and the general poor situation inside cells. Although he insisted they are implementing strict hygiene protocols in the New Bilibid prisons and they isolate probable cases immediately. Face masks are also being provided. And Sean, the Bucor has allowed the limited visit of religious groups and other groups providing psychosocial services to inmates, but personal visits from relatives are still being prohibited. Inmates can virtually visit them, though, through the electronic dalaw. Sean?
All right, Jen, just one question. Are we soon, or can we expect PDLs or persons deprived of liberty to be moved up in the vaccine priority list? Right now they're in B2. So could there be a chance that they will move up in the list?
Yes, Sean, according to the Department of Health, the PDLs are included in the priority list B4, not B9, as earlier reported. The government has not released the schedule for the inoculations of this PDL in the priority B, but basically they are saying that we should finish first the inoculation for the priority A before proceeding to the next priority list. Sean.
All right, thank you so much for that update from Malabon City. That was Jen Kalimon joining us live. Stay safe, Jen. Let's now take a look at COVID-19 vaccine updates from around the world. A real-world study in Israel suggests that the South African variant can break through the protection provided by Pfizer and BioNTech's vaccine. The study, which has yet to be peer-reviewed, found that the variant's prevalence rate among Pfizer recipients was 8 times higher than those unvaccinated. And Ontario, Canada will start vaccinating residents aged 40 and above with the AstraZeneca on Thursday from the current 55 and above age group. The expanded vaccination comes as a third wave of COVID-19 infections threatens to overwhelm the hospitals in the province. And in China, researchers are testing a mixture of 2 vaccines developed by CanSino Bio and a Qingqing unit, both approved for use in the country. The clinical trial, which is said to involve at least 120 participants, is now underway in the eastern Chinese city of Nanjing. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.